I got a question here that is talking about quarantine basically and life after quarantine. Someone's worried about what life's going to be like after quarantine. Obviously this is a valid concern. Not in our lifetimes have we experienced something of this nature before. So it makes sense that people can become very anxious about what life will be like afterwards. Now, I'm not here to tell you the answer because I don't have the answer. But what I can tell you is that whatever the tools are that have brought you here today are going to be the tools that you're going to take with you into life after quarantine. That's me kind of paraphrasing something that I've heard before. I think it may be from ancient Greek times, potentially. If you know, let me know. I can't really remember off the top of my head right now. But what I'm trying to get at here is you are a human being that has been through so many things already to get to this point in your life. Now, many of us, if not almost all of us, don't really think about that. We can easily fall into states of self-doubt, states of depression, states of anxiety and all these things, and we forget all of the things that we've come through to get to this point. Whether it be, for example, the hardships of going to school even, whether it be the hardships of going through a breakup, whether it be the hardships of being brought up in a toxic family, whatever it might be, you as a human being, by your very nature, no matter how rich or poor you are, have gone through a lot to get to this point. Now, don't get me wrong, some people have had more pampered lives than others, but we all go through our hardships. So in regards to this particular worry that you have in terms of what is life going to be like after quarantine, the answer is I don't have the answer. But what I can tell you is that you're going to have the tools necessary to deal with whatever it is because you have got to this point. By our very nature, we are very adaptable creatures. I know some people don't like to be called creatures, but I believe we are. I believe we're animals that have magical powers, so to speak. And we're extremely adaptable. Yeah, we're extremely adaptable. So I wouldn't spend too much time concerned with what is going to happen in the future. What I would do at this very moment in time is, this seems to be a really unique moment in time, I guess is the best way I can explain it, where we can spend real quality time with our family, real quality time looking after ourselves, and real quality time taking a step back and basically saying, well, what do I want out of life? You know, I think a lot of us have been on autopilot for a very long time, and I think a lot of people, full stop, are on autopilot almost all of their lives. And this isn't me saying I'm better than you, I'm not on autopilot. In a lot of ways I am on autopilot as well. But what it stops us from doing when we are in this autopilot mode all the time, or a lot of the time, is we don't get to have that opportunity to smell the roses, to stop and smell the roses. And maybe this is an opportunity for us to take out of quarantine, once quarantine is over, these new appreciations of life, because it's going to be I'm not going to say that life is going to go back to normal straight after quarantine, but what I'm going to say is these things that we appreciate, we may easily stop appreciating very quickly after quarantine. And I think that's a bit of a shame. I'm going to try my best anyway not to. I'm going to try my best to take some of these positives that I've learned during my time in quarantine and implement it into my life after quarantine. Basically move with more purpose, but move a bit slower. You know, enjoying nature a bit more, enjoying my own my own presence a bit more. Just quarantine has just slowed everything down, and I don't think that that's necessarily a completely bad thing. I think there's a lot of positives that can be taken from that, and I understand your worry, I understand your concerns, but honestly, I trust you, I believe in you, and I know that because you have gotten to this point, it gives me all the faith that whatever comes after quarantine, you will be ready to meet it and you will do a damn good job of it. Cool. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.